Hello, good morning. Am I audible? Dr. Anu ma'am?
Hi, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to check the audio.
Okay. Kishore, can you mute yourself? Yeah, good morning, all. I hope I'm audible. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm sorry to bother you on such a holiday, but we have to wind up this module 6. That's why. And I personally feel that this is something that you people will enjoy hearing, even if you are having some other work to do, but you can devote 1 hour for this particular session. So, for that purpose, I have included a very distinguished faculty who has done his PhD in VIT, as well as he's having experience serving as a research assistant in IIT Madras, and he's been with DRDO and places like that. So I don't want to expand much on that, but I would like to say that he is a very close friend of mine who is having enough knowledge for supporting you in your technical proposal writing, which is like coming as a major factor for you in the next semesters. So, for that, I would take the privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker for today's session. He serves as an assistant professor at the School of Engineering, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Chennai, and he is having an extensive academic and research experience also, as I mentioned earlier, with a strong focus on guiding students, research scholars in project development as well as proposal writing. And today he will be delivering a lecture on the topic projects and proposals in the field of engineering, which is highly relevant, like for students like you who are aspiring to excel in technical domains as well as research oriented careers. So we are truly honored to have him with us today, and we look forward to get valuable insights from his experience and expertise. So now I invite Dr. K. Damodaran to take over the session. Sir, you are officially welcome here to take over the session. These are my technical English communication class students, and they will be like happy to have you in this session. Thank you.
Hi, thank you very much. Very good morning.
Good
I
morning.
hope I'm audible. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Anuja ma'am, for wonderful introduction. Thank you. Uh, so, I would like to, first of all, yes, just start by thanking Dr. Anu for giving me this opportunity. Just a minute, it's blaring. Just give me a minute. I think this should be better. Yeah. Yeah. So, thanks, Dr. Anu, for having me uh, in this call and to be able to interact with students of VIT. I understand they are like first year students, first year, second year students. Any Anybody would like to respond to that?
They are first year students.
First year students, excellent. First year students, and best time to get introduced to uh, what is a project and how one can start doing some engineering projects. I would also like to thank VIT management I hope your department is still in the AB1 block, sixth floor, a select school. That's where my research scholar cabin was, and majority of the time we used to be there. So there's a lot of fond memories which one carries in VIT, and best place, yeah, best place to be in. And so, as an alumni, I really have the responsibility also to like kind of give back to the organization. Yeah, this is one way of giving back to the organization for the great things it has done for me. And I'm also looking forward to an interaction. I understand this is like an online session and you guys are, yeah, not in class, you are at your respective places. I would really be happy if you can like kind of interact. You need not open your mic and speak and all. Maybe I will share a platform where you can like share your thoughts as we progress forward. So today I will share my experience of how, as an engineer, one started working in projects. I hope the journey would help you. I will also give you some key pointers which can be kept in mind when, because I heard from Dr. Anu that you guys will be starting your multidisciplinary project, and that's the need of the hour. Yeah, and Select School has a very strong role to play. It's one of the core engineering branch of engineering, core branch of engineering. So it will have a huge role to play in any aspect, any field yeah we look into. So I would uh, I would be sharing my screen. I just have few slides, but basically it's not going to be slides. It's going to be more of an interaction, more of maybe towards the end we'll have some Q&A as well. Yeah. Um, I hope my screen is getting shared.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So yes, so I was just thinking. Yeah, so the title which was given to me was Contemporary Learning in the Technical Field, Projects and Proposals. And the best way one can learn engineering is by doing projects, is by writing proposals. Nobody stops you from writing a proposal. The only criteria which would be required is that you are part of an organization, which you are as a student. Maybe you will also have to have a faculty mentor. I'm sure each one of you will have a faculty mentor as well. Yeah, in the respective field which you are choosing. So if you kind of get these two, then I think engineering is going to be fun. You will appreciate engineering when you start doing projects and then you start writing proposals. Okay, so I was just thinking, yeah, what can be the outline of the doc. Of course, I it's not a what do you say, it's not a class PPT which I'm preparing. It's just an interaction between, yeah, young engineers and an old engineer speaking to a lot of young engineers. So a lot of things came in my mind, but then I thought it would be wonderful if I can know what's your thought process, how you are thinking, yeah, what kind of projects are running in your mind, and accordingly I will be able to like kind of give you some pointers. So there are like parallelly I've written down three four uh, parallels of addressing on how to choose a project. But looking at how our discussion is like shaping, maybe I will also give you some thoughts on what's the best way to like, kind of arrive at the possible projects. Yeah. So the first question which I would like to ask is, how many of you have worked on a project that actually solves a real world problem? Okay, I want you guys to think about it, and what we can do is I have this platform over here. We are, let's say, 27. So lucky we are 27 because this platform can, it's a free platform which can only have up to 50. I've already exhausted one. So hope my screen is still visible, and maybe you can just take a scan this, and you can share your thoughts. You can start sharing your thoughts. So the question is, how many of you have worked on a project that actually solves a real world problem? Since you're first year students, even if you have not worked on any project, you may think what kind of projects are in your mind, and do you think if it will solve a real world problem? If so, can you share what's in your mind? I'm not going to steal your idea, but please understand, it's just to help you formulate your thoughts. So I'll just maybe wait for a couple of minutes and see if we can have some response. Oh, there are 0 out of 4 responded. Let's see if any thoughts are coming. Nothing as such. So people have logged in. Good, great. Let's see if what kind of responses are coming. Just check if things are fine, because I can see people logging in. And okay, I'll just wait for another couple of minutes. Okay, it's working because I just tried. I just put a hi. So as and when you guys give me an answer, it's going to pop up on the screen. An idea of a smart helmet with a small camera, microphone, and speaker pads, with a unit that can circulate air, features entire modern society to want to wear helmets. Oh, very good. Yeah. Features entice modern society to wear helmets. Great. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we'll look into how these ideas of yours can be translated as projects. Uh, as of now, not yet. We had an idea of smart helmet with a dash cam. Okay, I hope you guys are Iron Man fans, maybe. Yeah, good. You're hitting one of the most important aspect of safety, which is essential. Good, great. You're from Select School, right? Nice. We'll just wait another 2 minutes, and then let's see if we get few more response, and then we can go back to discuss. Okay. If anybody want to unmute and talk, that's also great. If someone would like to unmute and then share your thoughts, that's also great. Okay, I'm okay with it. Okay. So, okay, I hope others are typing in so we can come back to the screen and we'll check what is their thought process. So, as of now, there's two of your friends would like to think of smart helmet, uh, which can have these features, and by having these features, they feel the younger generation will really would like to like wear helmets. I hope they don't become distractions in the road. Yeah. Anyways, great. So, so what's the expectation in the market? The next question is this. Okay, this is there in my mind. Okay, I want to develop a smart helmet, but what is the expectation from the market? It would have been great if it was a offline class, because then we could have interacted in a much more free manner. But that's okay. We'll use the online platform. That's fine. But what do you think is the expectation in the market. How is the market doing? Anybody in stocks? What do you think? How is the market? Please feel free to share any comments. No problem. Any thoughts on the market? Yeah, rough prototype of a sign language translation glove is ready, but it needs more work and optimization before being useful in the real world. Oh, great, wonderful. Yeah, so is it like a hardware project or something? You have some sensors, you have some like processing.
Yes, sir. It is
Okay,
actually
good.
a hardware project,
Okay, please
and
go
it
ahead.
was a part of a multidisciplinary project.
Excellent, excellent. That's nice. What all the disciplines have collaborated? Your
We were
thoughts?
assigned teams by our college, and we had three data science students, and
Oh,
I
great.
am from Triple E, and another mechanical student was supposed to be involved, but we
Okay,
didn't see.
wonderful, wonderful. So this needs to. This is a great initiative, and not many institutes have this. Yeah, this is a great initiative. They've made the effort in the first year itself to like kind of group you into multidisciplinary as teams, members from different disciplines coming together to think a particular problem statement. Excellent. Now that you've got that experience, it should be translated. Yeah? You should continue to have similar projects from here on. I believe it's extremely volatile right now due to all of Trump and all of his. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but again, we all are part of it. Yes. Yeah, although it might seem, yeah, like that. But anyways, good. The market is like not that great. Yeah, of course, VIT as an organization might like kind of get you a job, get you a placement. Yeah, but is that what you want? Yeah, is something which you will have to ask for yourself. Am I okay with the job which I'm going to get? Yeah. What are all the different kinds of jobs which is available in the market? So if you like kind of follow whatever is shared in the curriculum, and if you sincerely follow your course, yeah, the programs, the program outcomes, if you're able to fulfill the program outcomes and the program specific outcomes. In fact, yesterday I was looking at your select school program specific outcome, and they have three specific outcomes, and each of the three, if you seriously read and implement it in your life, you are industry ready actually. Yeah. So you'll have to go back and check. I'm not going to explain what those are, but please go back and check what are all you are doing a program in select, right? And what are all the program specific outcomes from this particular course which I do. Yeah, so if you can relate it with your project, then you are actually industry ready. Okay. So industry today is kind of volatile, and then uh, but at the same time it's full of opportunities. Okay, so I will be explaining what kind of opportunities I'm looking at. Okay. So we know the current trend in the market. It is volatile, the same like how it is in the share market. It is also the same in your job front as well. Yeah. People are getting laid off. Then you also have. Yeah. So what is the expectation? The expectation from the industry is like, are you a interdisciplinary person? Can you work on engineering projects which can later be made as a product, not as a scientific junk? I will just call it a scientific junk. Sorry if the words are being very direct, but yes, some work are very good. Yeah. So our focus, your focus from right now from the first year must be like, can I make a product before I graduate? That should be your focus, and we have the resources today to do it. That should really encourage you. So, how do we get to know their expectation? The next question is yes. So, I need to know what is the requirement of the market, and then accordingly, I should kind of prepare myself. My projects must reflect their requirement. So they're going to be very choosy. Back in 2008, when I was getting graduated, that was when the recession hit. But even that didn't disturb the market at that time because it was just the start. Maybe the next 2 years was tough. But 2007-8 was like a best period for people in IT. There were companies who would come and then they kind of recruit in the first go 3,000 people, 2,500 people. Yeah. That was the state. In fact, the first 5 companies which comes to the campus takes the maximum people. Yeah. But today, I don't think that's going to be the state. Yeah. They're going to be very much choosy about whom they want because the resources are going to be limited. And they also want people who can actually deliver engineering stuff. So what how do we know their expectation? The next question is, how do we know their expectation? I would really want to have some answers for that. How do you think we can know their expectation? I'll just spend a couple of minutes here because I want you guys to think about it and give me some answers. The question is, how do we know the company's expectation? What is expected from the industry, from me, if I have to be placed? One or two answers and then we'll discuss further. You can unmute and also talk. If you find typing is boring, please feel free to unmute and talk as well. I hope I'm on the call.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then let's see what the young minds think. Where do I get to know the company's expectation? From now on, let's be very clear that I'm not going to do a project which is going to end up like a. Of course, if the program requires you to present a paper and that paper presentation can give you a better score, that's okay. You can, but it should be a. It should just be a byproduct. Your focus must be hitting the market. That's engineering. If you do something and if it stops with a paper, that's not engineering. Yeah, it should hit the market. It should go out as a product. And is it possible? 20 years before may not be in 4 years, but today it's absolutely possible. 2 years, 2.5 years, it's definitely possible with the kind of infrastructure we have. No answers? I'm pretty much surprised. The question is, how do we get to know the industry's expectation? We should know, only then we can formulate the problem statements now. Okay, good. Expectations would involve a unique skill set that makes me an important asset to the company. We can triangulate the skill set based on the company's recent advertisement, newly adopted practices. Great companies just need people who build a product from scratch, not a person who just knows to code, but one who also builds it top down, top to bottom, who knows where the problem might occur and solve it. Very good. Auto solar filtering water bottles, which uses solar energy to fill, uses UV rays. Okay, it is so it does not affect the person using it. Great, wonderful. So yes, so recent advertisements. Yeah. How many of you have? I hope all of you have a LinkedIn profile. See, what these industries are also looking at these days is what is your contribution? How active are you? I'm very poor at LinkedIn. I have an account, that's all. Yeah, but my students here, I encourage them to like kind of, once they finish a particular project, to like kind of share it with the world, make it open source. That's going to be the contribution to the scientific community, and the industries are looking at it very seriously. I have a collaboration in IIT Madras Research Park, Chakra Innovation, and we have a community in our college, a student-driven community called Dream. We work on RISC-V processor, and we are also on the way of indigenously developing the RISC-V processor for very specific applications. And there's this one kid who's like who really took it upon, yeah, and he's like, and his mission is monthly once he's going to have a post, and he's tagging all these guys, yeah, and they have a huge network where this particular work is getting translated. We've gone to his work is so voluminous that now what we can do is we are thinking of collaborating for a particular conference paper or a journal. Just imagine you have a conference paper along with an industry person. The color completely changes, and it's not like your reviews which you will have, which we will have, or the set conference which VIT is famous for, yeah, where we present and we get an academic input of how this project is all about. Industry is like very serious. They don't have time, first of all, and if they have time and they spend 5 minutes with you, I've shared 50 ideas of mine. All 50 have been shot down. No light in the market. But I share the same with academic friends. It is completely different. They feel, oh, this is great project. So there's a huge difference. So where do we get to know? LinkedIn is the best place where you can actually go search, do a search, job search in LinkedIn. Maybe let me see if I can open up my profile. Not sure, but I can try. Yeah, let's say I'm going. Can one of you share to me what is the field you would like to work? So I'm going to wait for one response. What is the field you would like to work? And we'll search in LinkedIn for the possible skill set which I will have to develop. So this is excellent way of understanding what is the industry's need. And they can also give you some problem statements as well. So can someone tell me, okay, computer science and AI/ML, okay, electrical and electronic field. So I'll go with electrical, electronics, computer science, and AI/ML. Lots of scope. You turn any paper book, yeah, and emergence, yeah, triple E core, design engineer. Let's look at select based topics. Of course, you create a LinkedIn profile, and whoever has put computer science and AI/ML, please do check. Okay, I'm just going to show you a demo here. Let's say I click on this. This is very much to my profile, it is coming. But then if you can search for a job and then say electrical, let's say power system, that is something which you will be working, power systems. And then what happens is here, you could actually say, is it a job? Yeah, or is it going to be experience level? I'll take it as entry level. Or you also have something called as internships. Yeah, entry level internships. You can choose what are all the fields, employment type, internship. That's what we will have to focus. Okay, say you're in this first year. First year is a time when you explore. So right now, first year is done. You're going to get into the second year. Second year is time for collaboration and connections. Please, there's a lot of opportunity in VIT where you will be allowed to go, yeah, out like IITs or Tech Fest across India. Please participate. Please meet people. Yeah. Please collaborate with them. Yeah, start having connections in the second year, and third year is where you bring in all the good practices and apply in your field of research. Okay, so let's say I'm just choosing one, um, let's say electronic engineering internship or startup research internship in Chennai. You can check it out. I'm just clicking one. Okay, so this is something which I clicked, and if you go down, they would be very clear on what is their expectation. So you could see the selected interns' day-to-day responsibilities are these. And then further you go down about the company, and there is also, so this is what is expected because it's an internship. They are giving you very clearly what is expected from you. Yeah, but if say, let's say I don't put it as let's say, oh, it's okay, some other company, let's see, they will be like very specific on, let's say it's going to be your job description requirement. What is the requirement? What is the knowledge which you should have? Yeah, all these things are very important for you to like kind of take a note of it and check for anything. Yeah, you will be able to figure out battery technology or whatever is the relevant field which you guys will be working on. Please create a LinkedIn. I hope all of you have it. If you don't have it, please create a LinkedIn, use it effectively. Okay, so this is one way of understanding what is the industry's expectation. Yeah, so industry expects, if you want this particular profile, that is like the project intern in this particular company, then these are all the things which you should have done, and add these things. So before you set out to finalize your project, take the requirements from the company, your dream company, and then say, let's say, uh, mm, any one dream company. Anybody has any dream company? Electrical core dream company? Electrical vehicles, EVs. EVs play a key role these days, and there's huge work there in EV. Yeah. Um, Something. Yeah, but can a LinkedIn account be built for triple E students? So should we take a video of our project and post it? Yes, of course. You can do. Say once you open it up, yeah, you can do many things. I have not posted anything, by the way. I cannot show you anything, but maybe I can show you like one of my students. So this is like they recently had gone. This is the message. 1 minute. Uh, okay, this is not the one. Notification. 1 minute. So you could see I can check out for one of my students. Yeah, this is one of the student. Okay, this is what they have been doing. So they had visited Katankuluthur. They are in second year, SRM Katankuluthur. They had this particular company which came in, and it was a hackathon, a 24-hour hackathon. Yeah, and these are second year kids, and they don't know this tool, yeah, which was there, but they are very good at digital design. But we made it a point. It's okay. You go there. At least you get an exposure to the tool, and very good appreciation from the industry people as well. So what happens here? They have also tagged this company, and they've also written about what they have like kind of did and what is their learning, and it's also promoting the community. Our aim is that in the next 2-3 years we want the dream community to be like outstanding, that the industry must come to the community to pick people. Yeah, you should have such a vision. Say we all grow together. In silos we never grow. Okay, we all grow together, so you should also have that in mind. So please, you can utilize this platform to like kind of make yourself visible in the radar of industries. How? Like this person is right now in this person's radar, and this is a company which is like one of the spin-offs of the 5 companies which has come out from IIT Madras, Shakti Processor. Okay, so there's a bigger crowd. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a bigger crowd associated there as well. Okay, fine. So let's head. So now, what is a strong project? Okay, a strong project is one which has a very strong problem statement. So with this, now we'll have to look into now that we know, I can check what is the industry's expectations from me. Once I have the skill sets, with the skill set, I should start looking out for problem statements. Where can I look out for the problem statement? Yeah. And from the problem statement, the objectives must become very, very clear. And then once the objective is clear, I need to set my methodology. How am I going to approach it? What are all the various tools which I'm going to use? Yeah. And finally, what will be the outcome? How is it going to affect the industry or impact society? Yeah. So let's take an example. Like we always, for our community, what we are doing, we have something. I hope you guys are aware of something called C2S, and VIT is also part of C2S. C2S is called Chip to Startup, okay, and this is an initiative from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY. Okay, and why I chose this, although this is more into electronics and the chip making and things like that. One of the problem statement, let's say call for proposal, when I was running through, this is majorly related to electrical engineering, if I'm not wrong. Say it says BLDC motor controller chip. Yeah, it's of course not just electrical engineering. It's going to be like a collaboration of 2 to 3 streams coming together. And look at the objective. The objective is so beautifully given here. The objective of this call for proposal is to promote the design and development of a brushless direct current motor controller ASIC to meet the India's growing demand in high performance, energy efficient motor control solution. This initiative aims to strengthen India's capability in semiconductor design, goes on, right? And then if you see guideline for submission is there, but you can actually look into, there's going to be a lot more information about what this project is. Let's say we click on the guidelines. Yeah, here you could see what is the deliverable and what stage. Yeah. This is directly hitting the market. You don't have to actually do each of these stages. You pick up one particular stage which is going to be interesting for you. Small portion. It's just delta X addition, which makes you different from others. He is addressing a problem which the market is really requiring. He's done a project where he's learned something theoretically, he's practically implemented it. That's all. It stops there. That's one category of projects. One category of project is I learned something in the class, I practically implement it. Is it useful for the market? Not really. Of course, such projects also have job roles in the market. Yeah, but it is shrinking, it is becoming limited. That is why right now is an important time for you guys. Next 2 years, I'll touch upon something else next, which is also going to be interesting and important to remember and understand. So look out for projects. So this is one place where you can actually look out, like C2S. Similarly, you will have to check with your faculty members, select faculty members. They would be writing some proposals to DST, Department of Science and Technology, DRDO, and many central government organizations. India is like really investing a lot on research and development. Yeah, and so if that is what the government is focusing, government does not focus on some. They also compete with the private sectors. Okay, it is not that government is focusing on projects which is not like creamy, but they are focusing, and in fact, the private sectors are focusing what the governments are also focusing at this point of time. So this is one aspect of looking into. So here you get a very solid problem statement. Your project objective becomes very clear. The only thing we need to start working is the methodology from now on. Yeah, what is the methods? What are all the tools which I'm going to use? Everything else will be defined. Okay, I'll show you one more example. And this is again, I'm kind of introducing you to this particular thing. You can also look at it. This is the recent one which I'm looking at. Okay, and devising the projects for my students here as well. This is Ministry of Defense. Okay, Innovation for Defense Excellence, Defense Innovation Organization. So let's say these are all for Indian Army, Navy, and these are all the problem statements. Let's say smart automation programming. We'll see if there is anything which I can kind of relate with. Um, of course, we are going to do interdisciplinary. So there is, yeah, electrical initiating device. Yeah, if that's a bomb. Let's not do any bomb. Yeah, we can look at. Okay, I'll take you through what I'm looking at. I'm looking at number 9, which is design and development of a sovereign quantum radar. Okay, and look how beautifully the problem statement is defined. So this is like, let's say, looking at problem statement number 9. The challenge. What is the challenge? Design and development of sovereign quantum radar. This is not, of course, a BTech problem. One person cannot do this. It is a multidisciplinary project, and it is not just one person. It should have a minimum team of 8 to 9 people working, yeah, full time, in fact. But what we can do is take one particular aspect out of it. The problem statement is very clear. This is the problem statement, yeah, and this is exactly what you should. This, say, you can actually download this. It's available. After you download, whatever is the idea which you have in mind, put it against these, yeah, these titles. You put your name for the organization. Problem statement, you redefine your problem statement. Make use of ChatGPT to like kind of redefine your problem statement. How make it more relevant. This is absolutely relevant for that particular customer. Or another way of doing it is go out and speak with people. I'm doing this particular engineering stream. I would like to do a project. What can I build for you? Speak with 10 to 15 people, make a survey, and then come up with a problem statement. After you come up with the problem statement, you need to write a paragraph on what are all the current challenges which is there in that particular field. Look how beautifully they have written. What are all the current challenges and why they want this particular thing. And then also, if any existing solutions is there. This is where your literature survey comes into picture. You kind of look at the literature, yeah, and then see if is there any possibility similar projects, if somebody has already done, what kind of tools they have used, what is the methodology they have followed, yeah, and technology domain, what are all the different domains which are going to come together. Like in the first semester, one of your friend was telling, I had someone from data science, I had someone from mechanical. In fact, VIT, we have a law school. We have VIT, we have something called a management school. You should have people from management. You should have people from law. There is something called, say, you want to take your product to the market, and no other better person than a person from management who's going to learn about how to take a product to the market. He'll give you a completely new picture on what it is all about. You need to patent it. You need to protect your IP. You're creating an IP. If it's going to the market, it's going to be IP. And someone is going to help you with the standards, industry standards. And who's going to do that? Someone from the law school will help you do that. So I feel you should definitely have the technology domain, bring in these people. Okay? And then application, use cases. Where can this can be used? So people had written about smart helmets. Where can I use it? Is it going to be affordable for me? Yeah, I'm someone. I'm thinking petrol prices, after, if this war extends, it's going to like go up. Will I even drive a bike? If I'm not going to drive a bike, do I need to buy a helmet? Yeah, so I don't know, right? So your problem statement must hit. There must be a cost involved in it, and it should go directly to the common man. Yeah? So what are all the use cases? You should list down the use cases. What will be the project outcome? You should also arrive at the project outcome. Where am I going to test it? Is it going to be only at the lab level? Yeah, or am I going to extend it? All these things are very important. So that's going to be the testing and certification. Of course, no helmet design which we do, especially in automobile, the what do you say? The policies are very strict. because it is something to do with life, right? So there's going to be a lot of ISO standards, Indian standards, international standards. So you need to associate your project with standards. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a lot of information. I'm sure this is going to be there in your mind henceforth. Don't have to worry if you're not able to pick up things. Don't worry. It's going to be in your system. And when the right time comes, it's going to come back to you and help you put these things into proper perspective. So just have these things filled. Okay, I want you to do it as an assignment and give it to your ma'am. And ma'am, that can be also a way in which maybe you can have some 2 marks extra if they submit it, and if it is satisfactory for you, you could also award them 2 marks based on the talk which is happening. This is the important thing: potential market. Who are all the clients? And this is what the next topic which I'm going to look at, which is called TRL. Okay, I'll come to that point. That's something. Two more points I would like to share. One is TRL and one more. But let's say potential market. Who's going to buy your product? That also you need to fill. And finally, the business case. Yeah. How is it going to be? Is it just going to be like I make 100 helmets and with that the company closes? Or are you going to have a vision? How is the project going to be? Like, say they say 622 million USD by 2021. Today is 2026. 5 years down the line, how is it going to be? And once they set it up, how is it going to expand? So these are the things which I feel you should have for a strong project. Okay, take this as a guideline. Just put, you don't have to do anything on the left side column, the row, that particular headings. Right side is where you fill your details. And once you fill your details, you yourself will be able to like become so empowered. Yeah, I'm doing something which is very relevant to the market. It's a very good engineering project. Okay, now quickly I'm going to touch upon something called as TRL levels. Okay, this is also a very important concept which you guys will have to like kind of keep in mind. Okay, what is TRL? Anybody has any answer for TRL? Let's see if there's any answer, and then I'm sure we can do a Google ChatGPT and answer. But any answers have come for TRL? How quantum entanglement used for as radar? Very interesting topic. Let's have a talk. Please feel free to reach out to me. We can have a talk on that. Anybody? TRL? Okay, no problem. I'll just show you what is a TRL, because that's important. TRL levels. Okay, this is called technology readiness level. Okay, right. You are actually conceptualizing the idea, right? What you want to do, multidisciplinary project. That's your basic principle, observed and reported. That's what you're doing. Look into around, look around you. What is that I can do? That's TRL1. TRL2 is technology concept and or application formulated. So which means if you're working on the document, then you're looking at what are all the concepts which will be used, what are all the engineering skills one needs to have for this, concepts required for this, right? TRL3 is like putting everything into perspective. That's something called as model in loop. I'm sure in the first year you would have done some design thinking or problem solving and algorithmic thinking classes. I'm sure you would have had, wherein you would have heard about how I can arrive at an algorithm, step by step procedure on actualizing a particular project or a particular um, particular step by step procedure, right? For doing a process. Yeah? So that you ending up at algorithm is TRL3. TRL4 is where you are validating it. You bring in some hardware components, you're testing it in the laboratory. That's TRL4. By third year, if you reach TRL5, which is nothing but breadboard validation in relevant environment. So you are thinking of a smart helmet, but Is it going to sit in the table in the lab? Then you are not crossing TRL3. Industry doesn't want you. Yeah, industry, what I mean is R&D or someone who's active in the market, they might not be inspired. Yes, there might be jobs. Of course, there's going to be jobs. Nobody is going to be jobless. There, there might be one very nice thought came last week. Someone was sharing, I just need one job. And you will definitely get that one job. But what is that job depends on where your skill set is or where you are in the technology readiness level. Okay. So I would recommend you should try second year, third year. By the end of third year, if you are in TRL4 or TRL5, then no one can stop you from getting into a very good internship in a company which would like kind of have design oriented platform for you to work. It's not just going to be like data set segregation. One of the internship which one of my student got, very good student, talented student, but the process which was allocated to that student was segregating the data set, putting it in folders. That's what one was doing for 2 months. I would say you could sit in the lab and work. Yeah, don't go there. But again, it's all what you think how it should come. As a third person, I can say anything. Okay, so TRL is something very important. Please do have a look at it. And the final way of looking at what should be the problem statement. This is also very interesting. Impasse. Okay, it's okay. So you can add the title of any project which you would like to, but you should do it after you do a thorough study. Yeah. So let's say I'm just going to, let's say, power system. This is going to be very generic, but we need to be more specific. Error occurred while you are processing. So it's okay. So here what you could actually do is you can search for a patent. Okay. That's okay. Let's say I'm going to take September. Between these days, if something was submitted, abstract or title, let's say title power system, then no, it doesn't come. Anyways, you can check this website. You would actually, what happens here is, to apply for a patent, you will have to give the entire methodology step by step with a very clear block diagram. Yeah. So I would suggest you have a look at this because it's right now not opening for me. But please have, it's called Impasse. Okay. Impasse. Let's try one more time, and then if it clicks, I'll be happy. Else, no problem. You guys can check. Okay, let's say quantum qubits, something like this. I've given TJQXH8. Yeah. So look at this. Between those dates, what are all the, let's say, quantum key distribution based on secure, legal, privileged communication? Okay, I click on this particular thing, you get the entire complete specification. What is this all about? Yeah, and you get the complete specification of this particular project. Yeah. And abstract, just read the abstract. If it is relevant to you, then you read the complete specification. Some of the specification, of course, let's see, I can show you. They'll give you the entire picture, the block diagram, and the necessary information step by step. So it's filed and it is published. If you click on view documents, so this is a published document, you can see the entire documents like drawings. Let's click on drawings, and then you can also look at complete specification. Let's look at the drawing. So this is how it is going to be. Yeah. So you could see, that. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, you could see very clearly how wonderfully you can work on. It's not that I'm going to copy from them. It's not legal. It's not ethical. You should not do that. But as I said, there's just going to be a delta X change in the approach, the methodology. But this will give you a big picture of how it is done actually. Okay, so I would recommend you to try these websites. Do a very strong search in the market before getting into a project. Your project title, the motivation, the objective will define whether you're going to get a job or a premium job. Where this is where the difference is going to be. The kind of projects which you do will reflect in your job as well. The last point I wanted to share, yeah, is okay. 1 minute. Yeah. I hope I'm audible.
Sir, I think you're having some network issues.
So the last point is, and just because we have made a product, we cannot force it onto people. Okay. Yeah, just because we have made a product, we cannot force it onto people. That's very important to understand. We need to understand what is the requirement of the people and then do a product. So our engineering projects must be like this, like relating to what is the requirement of the client. Listen to the client, find a client. So if you want a good engineering project, find a client. That's my closing words. Yeah, find the client, understand what their requirements are. Of course, we can do a lot more deliberation on how to arrive at a better documentation of the project, initial documentation. Maybe some other occasion we can catch up. But yeah, this is what I would like to share with you, and I really want to uh, like wish you all the very best towards your journey of engineering. Uh, and yeah, all the very best. Thank you. I hope it was okay, madam.
Yes, sir. It was perfectly
If you
fine.
guys want to ask any questions, we can maybe a couple of questions we can have if time permits, and if you guys are okay. Else, I'm good. I'm done for the session.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you for that very inspiring session that you had. And of course, my students would have been benefited more if it was an offline session as you asked, but unfortunately, we don't have enough time for that. And also,
Yeah.
they are very much into their core subjects, PAT exams, and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay.
So it was really an encouraging session. So I hope you will drop your email ID as well as the PPT that you have shared so that I can give them to my students.
Okay.
And if they are having any Q&A like personal or something, they can just personally ping you for that.
Perfect. Okay. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and
Thank you, sir.
thank you, dear students. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.